At 9:02 on Monday morning, someone asks, "How are you?" Your body has a complicated answer. You slept badly. A conversation from last night is still sitting in your chest. You are one minor inconvenience away from becoming a weather system, but your mouth gets there first. Great. Smile. Small laugh. Meeting face activated. And it works. The room relaxes. Nobody asks a second question. You have successfully changed what everyone can see, but on the ride home, your jaw is tight. The sad thing is still sad, and now you are tired from looking fine. The mask solved the room, not the feeling. By evening, you are carrying both. So where did the feeling go? Psychologists call one version of this expressive suppression. An emotion has already started, and you inhibit the outward signs. In a classic laboratory experiment, people watched an emotion-provoking film. Some were told to behave so that nobody watching could tell what they felt. The instruction worked. Their visible expression dropped. Their reported emotional experience did not. The physiological picture was mixed, but some signs of sympathetic activation increased. One experiment is not your entire life. Still, it gives us a useful distinction. You can lower the volume of the display without turning off the signal. A painted smile can change the screen while the movie keeps playing behind it. And emotion is not only private weather, it is also information between people. In another experiment, pairs of strangers discussed something upsetting. One person was randomly told to suppress, respond naturally, or reinterpret the situation. Suppression made the conversation less connected. Partners showed larger blood pressure responses, rapport fell, and relationship formation became less likely. This does not mean people can magically detect every hidden feeling. It means conversation depends on tiny signals. Timing, responsiveness, the face that says, "Yes, this matters." When those signals disappear, the other person may not experience calm. They may experience distance without knowing why. That creates a strange paradox. We often hide emotion to protect a relationship. We do not want to be dramatic, needy, unprofessional, angry, or difficult. But the mask also removes information the relationship needs. A later meta-analysis combined 43 papers. It found that greater emotional suppression was associated with poorer social outcomes, less support, lower social satisfaction, worse relationship quality, and more negative first impressions. Associated does not mean suppression caused every problem. Lonely people may suppress more, and difficult environments may reward it. But the pattern suggests that hiding your need can accidentally hide the doorway through which support would have arrived. The important word is not never. It is automatic. Holding yourself together for 10 minutes during an emergency can be useful. Keeping a private feeling private can be wise. The problem begins when "I'm fine" is no longer a choice. It becomes a reflex before you have even noticed what is true. Then the brain has two jobs: feel the emotion and monitor the performance. Keep the smile steady. Keep the voice bright. Do not let the hesitation look suspicious. In a prospective study of students entering college, greater suppression predicted less closeness, less support, and lower social satisfaction over time. The mask did not just hide a bad night, it shaped the new relationships being built around it. Then optimism can turn from a resource into a rule. Look on the bright side. Good vibes only. At least it is not worse. The first emotion may be sadness, fear, disappointment, or anger. The rule adds a second one: shame that you are not feeling correctly. Research on valuing happiness found a small but revealing paradox. When people treated happiness as something they should strongly achieve, they could become less happy in situations where happiness seemed available. In an experiment, disappointment about their own emotional reaction helped explain the effect. The problem was not joy. It was turning joy into an exam and grading every other feeling as failure. Negative emotions are unpleasant, but they are not meaningless defects. Fear can point to uncertainty or danger. Anger can point to a crossed boundary. Sadness can mark loss. Envy can expose a desire you have not admitted. None of these signals is automatically accurate, and none should be obeyed blindly. Anger can misread. Fear can overpredict. But if the dashboard light is covered with a smiling sticker, you lose the chance to inspect the engine. Forced positivity does not only mute pain, it can mute information about what needs protection, repair, grieving, or change. Now for the part simple internet advice usually skips. Suppression is not universally harmful. Culture, safety, power, timing, and goals all matter. A study registered in advance across 19 countries found that links between emotion regulation strategies and psychological health varied substantially across cultures. In some collectivist settings, Suppression was neutral or linked with better health. When honesty threatens work, safety, or belonging, privacy can be regulation rather than denial. And the healthier question is not, did I hide a feeling? It is, was I choosing the mask for this moment, or did the mask choose for me? Flexibility matters more than purity. So what is the alternative? Not compulsory confession, not turning every meeting into group therapy, and not staring at sadness until it becomes your full-time hobby. A research-backed alternative is acceptance, allowing an emotion or thought to be present without immediately judging it. The research included a large survey, a laboratory stress task, and a 6-month longitudinal study. People who habitually accepted their mental experiences tended to show lower negative responses to stress and better psychological health. Crucially, the research distinguished accepting the inner experience from accepting the situation. Feeling hurt does not mean what happened was acceptable. It means you have stopped arguing with the fact that hurt is currently here, and you can turn that distinction into a small 3-step check-in. Notice, what is happening in the body before the smile arrives? Tight jaw, heavy chest, fast speech. These are clues. Now name it. Choose the most specific, honest word you can manage. Not bad, but disappointed, lonely, embarrassed, overloaded, or uncertain. Need. Ask what this signal might require. Information? A boundary? Rest? Repair? 5 minutes with someone safe? Then choose the response. You might express it. You might reinterpret the situation. You might take practical action, or you might deliberately contain it until a safer time. The goal is not maximum expression. It is maximum choice. Realistic optimism does not erase the first half of the sentence. It says, "This is hard, and I can take one step." Forced positivity says, "This is not hard, because I should already be okay," and one creates room for action. The other spends energy defending a story. Try replacing "I'm fine" with one bounded sentence. You could say, "Today is rough, but I don't need fixing." Another option is, "I'm not ready to talk about it, but thank you for asking." Or simply, "I have had better mornings." Honesty does not have to be a flood. It can be a window that opens 2 inches. Back to Monday morning. Someone asks, "How are you?" The old smile is still available. Sometimes you will use it, and that is okay. But now it is a visor, not a sealed room. You can lift it for 1 second and say, "Honestly, a little overloaded. I could use some company at lunch." The room may not collapse. Someone may finally know where the door is. And if a real smile appears later, it does not have to prove that the sadness was fake. Human faces were never meant to hold only one weather system. A real smile does not need to silence the rest of you.